Hey, this is Jamie Sullivan standing here in Spartan Fitness with Chris Conley. We're going to talk about Strike Hard 32 in Gadsden on February the 15th. Chris, you've got 4 guys fighting on this card, 3 for titles, excuse me. How's training going? Is everybody in good shape?
Training's going fantastic, man. Everybody's right on schedule for their weight cut. Everybody's game has improved dramatically since we've made a couple of adjustments to our training camp. Everybody's conditioning is great. Everybody's in good spirits and ready for action for the 15th. It's going to be a good show.
Well, good. You've got Eric's fighting the Axeman from the reality TV show.
Yes,
what do you
sir.
know about him?
I don't know very much about him at all. I know he's a tough guy and a tough opponent. He comes in, he's a little bit of a wild man, throws down a little bit. So it should be interesting. We'll see what happens when we get out there and do the thing. Eric's since he's made the transition over and he's had a full training camp here. I feel like his stand-up game has gotten way better. His grappling game has gotten way better. And his ability to think while he's out there doing things. I'm watching him do things that we're learning. He's learning something new almost daily.
Okay. Also, you've got Jimmy Rice is going to be fighting Malcolm Hardman, defending his 205 belt. How's Jimmy doing?
Jimmy's doing fantastic. Jimmy's not my guy. Jimmy's with Maverick out of Suzanne's gym, and they're really kind of like our sister gym, for lack of a better term. We work a lot with those guys. I've known Suzanne since I was 17 years old, which was 20 friggin' years ago, unfortunately. But I've known Suzanne a long time, so she sends Jimmy down to get some good sparring in with the guys on Wednesdays. He comes down, pretty often to get his work in. His game is coming along a long way, and he's got a tough opponent on his hands. Malcolm's a tough guy. I know Malcolm and those guys out of Auburn will have him prepared, so it's going to be a good fight.
And then Ethan's fighting Kyle, who's coming down from 145. He was Strike Hard's 145 champion, and Ethan's going to be fighting him.
Yep. Ethan's good to go. I mean, Ethan, again, since those guys made their transition over, they came in a little bit raw, kind of pure grapplers with a lot of holes in their game. Him and his basically his older brother, Matt Elkins. And Ethan has shored all his holes up. His stand-up looks really, really good, and he is a stud of a grappler. So I'm not, I don't foresee this being an issue where, we're going to be held down on the ground and dry humped, for lack of a better term, for 3 rounds. I think Ethan's good at scrambling, good at getting up. He's tough to take down. He's got takedowns himself. He's a really, really good grappler and jiu-jitsu player, and his stand-up has come a long way as well. So I look forward to that one for sure.
Okay, and then somebody else I've been looking forward to see is Anthony Hoyt. He's been supposed to fight 2 or 3 times, had injuries, work injuries and stuff, and he's fighting Tony Williams, a real tough kid from Tuscaloosa that fought Billy Joe last fight. Mm-hmm. How's Anthony doing?
Hoyt's been ready for action, man. You know what I mean? We've held him back. Injuries have kind of held him back for a while, and he's chomping at the bit to get out there and get after it, And in my opinion, I think Hoyt is the best 145-pounder in the state. I don't think second place is even close. I think hands down he's the guy. He's the top guy in our gym, which, it makes him the top guy in a lot of gyms. So I'm really looking forward to cutting him loose. Tony Williams is a tough kid. The guy comes out like a bat out of hell. He's real energetic, and he's got, solid jiu-jitsu game. So we're going to have to mind our P's and Q's, but I think Hoyt's going to be able to negate a lot of Tony Williams' strength. Hoyt's a hell of a grappler as well, and man, let me tell you something. That guy touches you, you go to sleep. So that's going to be an interesting fight.
Well, Chris, what do you expect fans to see when they come to Gadsden Strike Hard 32?
Well, I think they're going to see, Strike Hard always puts on really solid events. Good guys, experienced guys that train at actual gyms. You're not going to see the independent guys that train in their garage that have no idea what they're doing or how to fight. You're going to see real experienced guys. I know all the guys that we have on the card have tough fights from real experienced guys, most of which have held titles in several other promotions as well. So you're going to see skilled athletes get out there and get down with a top-notch promotion. Strike Hard runs a top-notch promotion. I think it's the best in the state, and fans should definitely come out. It's worth the price of admission to come in and see just the guys that we got on the card, but there's a whole list of guys that are going to be on the card. It's going to be a real good event to come out and enjoy there in Rainbow City.
Well, Chris, thank you for your time, and everybody come out February 15th, the center stages in Gadsden, Alabama, and for ticket information, go to strikehardproductions.com.